Last week, I was in the back of a taxi and the taxi driver was making conversation, which was lovely. And the taxi driver asked me, "What do you do? Do you do for a living?" And I said, "Oh, I help people. I help people with spiritual, psychological, emotional coaching." And he said, "Oh, yes, mental health is a real issue, isn't it?" And I said, "Yes, it very much is." And he went silent for maybe a minute or so, and I can kind of see he was staring, he was driving, so he was staring out the window, obviously, but I could also kind of see side on that he was pondering something. And then he said to me, "What would you say to a person who feels empty inside?" And he proceeded to say, "What if this person has got everything? What if this person has a loving family? What if this person hasn't had like any problems in their upbringing that they know of? What if this person, has a job so they have, something to do and they have some money to be able to pay the bills and, feed the children? Why is this person feeling empty?" And objectively, I'm thinking this person is asking for themselves. It feels very much like he's proposing a theoretical situation, but he's actually talking about himself. I asked some more questions, and he was very emphatic that he could not understand why this person would feel empty. And just as we were getting to the root of this, we arrived at the destination, and I had to get out of the taxi. And a part of me knows that I can't help every person in every situation, but a part of me wishes that I could have stayed with him for half an hour and that I could have helped him. And so, in the absence of being able to help that one person in the taxi driving me around the city, I am making this podcast episode to help that person and all the people like that person, because there was a time when I felt that emptiness and I had a great upbringing. I have a loving family. I, at the time, had a great job. I had money to pay all my bills and take care of everything. And I couldn't understand why I felt empty. And it's a little bit torturous, particularly when you can't point to the reason. Like, it's not like something happened to you or that you're missing some external thing that you think will make you not feel empty. And so it's like you can't find any answer to this unusual feeling that you're having. So you start to think, well, I must have a mental emotional health problem. There's something wrong with me. Am I the only one feeling this way? So this episode is for all the people that are feeling what I call the void, are feeling the emptiness. I've been there. This person who drove my taxi for me, this blessed human, is feeling it. And I know there are gazillions of other people feeling this. So this is for you. You're listening to Practical Spirituality with B, the podcast with spiritual advice for your everyday life, helping you align with your soul so you can live with purpose, fulfillment, and magic. I'm Bernadette Logue. You can call me B, and I'm excited to share this episode with you. Let's dive in. I'm going to help you understand why this feeling of emptiness arises, why it's not a bad thing, what you need to inquire into to resolve it, some common myths and misconceptions that keep people stuck. Okay? First up, all feelings are messengers. All feelings are messengers. So every feeling you have has a message to tell you, and that's why you're having the feeling. It does not matter if the feeling is depression, angst, stress, fear, doubt, emptiness, loneliness, or joy, ecstatic excitement, enthusiasm, passion. It doesn't matter whether it's what you call a high emotion or a low emotion. All emotions are welcome. All feelings are welcome. we have a spectrum of feelings as a human being. In the middle is what I call equilibrium. And on both far ends of the scale, we have extremely difficult emotions and extremely high energy, positive emotions. No feelings are wrong. They're all just messengers. When you understand this, then when you feel empty, the first step is to know this: that feeling is trying to tell you something. It's trying to call you into a new awareness, and from a new awareness, you are equipped to do something about it. The reason that having the feeling of emptiness is not bad or wrong is because it's a huge opportunity. When you are experiencing something really difficult, it is a huge opportunity to come into a new understanding and to get yourself aligned with who you really are and what you're on this planet for. Difficult feelings often are a huge opportunity to wake us up inside the dream of life, as I call it. That you're a soul having a human life experience, and throughout your entire lifetime, all of life will try to get you to wake up inside the dream so you can be conscious, you can make conscious choices, and you can live the life you came here to live. So when we have difficult feelings, they're just a call, like they're a tap on the shoulder, they're a nudge from within, they are a way that our mind, emotional system, nervous system, and body are reverberating inside to try to get your attention, saying something is out of alignment. Something is out of alignment. Okay? And it's a call home to who you really are. And that means it's a call home to realize your true identity as a very powerful divine being. It's a call home to what you uniquely came onto the planet for, because your soul came into life as you for a very good reason, right? So you have a soul plan and a soul purpose. And the feeling of emptiness in particular, of all the difficult feelings, emptiness is a huge call to wake up to your true identity and to what your life is really about. The next thing is this: when we have a feeling of emptiness, a couple of things are going on for sure. In the feeling of emptiness, we are either disconnected, have lost connection, or we never knew in the first place the bigger meaning of our life. So we have either, again, been disconnected and lost connection from the bigger meaning of our life, or we never had it in the first place because we have been in what I call the illusion of, I'm a human being and here I am and I'm just meant to do what everyone tells me and follow society's norms and, grow up and follow the crowd and do what I have to do, and that's life. No, that's not life. Life is a magical, adventurous roller coaster ride, and it is multidimensional, and you would blow your mind if you knew who you are. Like, you're not this little person that looks at you in the mirror with a name and a body and a history. You are a very powerful, energetic, divine being connected to everything in creation. We are in a multidimensional reality. And if we don't understand that, then we're deep in the trenches of daily life. I'm just a human being and I just have to get up and, deal with the business of being human each day. And I do not understand. I do not understand who I am, where I'm from, why I'm here, and what the heck I'm meant to be doing. And this is not the only reason we can feel empty, but it's one of the biggest reasons that we feel empty. Which leads to the next point, which is this: the number one most common reason for feeling empty is lack of purpose. Or better put, lack of awareness of our real purpose. What I mean by that is this: purpose is not just having stuff to do. Purpose is not just what others tell us we're meant to do with our time, so that's going to give us purpose. Purpose is very specific. I'm going to talk you through a little bit about it in this episode. But lack of purpose is almost a guaranteed recipe for feeling the void inside, for feeling an emptiness inside. You can have a busy job, a loving family, all the material stuff you could want in the world and plenty of money, and you can feel empty because purpose doesn't care about money and possessions and what other people are doing. Purpose is a deep human need that we have inside of ourselves that's seated in us because purpose is part of our soul plan. It's why we're here. So if we don't feel purpose in our daily life and we don't have something purposeful that we feel gives meaning to our life, and we're not doing things that matter to us that feel meaningful and purposeful, we will feel empty to a degree. Now, some people might feel only a little emptiness without purpose, and they may have a lot of other things in their lives that placate that feeling and keep them distracted and keep them occupied and make it enough so that it's comfortable to bear, right? That's being in the comfortable middle ground. But other people have a very acute awareness of the nature of reality. They have a very acute awareness of their mortality, and they are much more prone to existential thinking. And those people will typically feel the emptiness to a much greater degree, even though it's coming from often the same place around lack of purpose. So, stepping back a bit to the bigger existential picture, I'm all about practical spirituality, right? So we're going to talk about the spiritual stuff and then we're going to get into the practical stuff. But from a spiritual perspective, here's what's fact. You're a soul and you incarnated on the planet for a very specific reason. If you don't feel connected to that reason, you will notice the consequences in your mind and in your feelings. You might not notice it in the first few decades of your life, but it will start to stir later in your life, like maybe in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. It's just natural. It just happens, right? It happens to so many people. And when you decided to come forth into life, you had a plan before you were even born. And when I say you, I don't mean you and your ethnicity, your culture, your name, how old you are, where you live. I mean your soul. The part of you that is one with oneness, with God, Creator, Universe, Divinity. The part of you that is timeless. The part of you that existed before you came here and will exist when your body is gently laid aside when you leave this planet. That part of you had a pre-birth plan before you were even born into your physical body, okay? And that plan was made in concert with what you belong to: oneness, loving consciousness, one mind, God, Creator, Divinity. Then you pop into the world with that plan and purpose, but you, what we call, fall asleep inside the dream. So 1 nanosecond after you pop into the world, you don't even remember who you are. You don't remember there's a plan, and you definitely don't remember there's a purpose. You're just a baby and you're like, will everyone please look after me, cuddle me, feed me, take care of me, adore me. And your entire life journey is a call to wake up inside the dream of life, to know who you are, to live your plan and purpose, and to feel the magnitude of who you really are. And your soul plan and purpose, when we talk about knowing purpose in our life, there's layers to it, right? So if we want purpose to fill the feeling of emptiness inside, you need to know you can get purpose in so many ways in your life. There are very small ways that you can feel purpose and big ways to feel purpose. There is what I call the human purpose, which is you find meaning in your activities. And then there is soul purpose, which is much bigger, much more existential. And there are 2 main components. I've talked about it in another episode about identifying your soul plan and purpose, so I'm not going to go into it in detail here. But when your soul made a plan, there were certain elements in that plan, and all of it, everything inside the plan of your soul is purpose. All the learning, all the things you've come to learn, your soul lessons, that's purpose. All the healing and the growth that you came for, that's purpose. And all the contribution you came to make, what people often call life purpose, that's also purpose. So if you come into life and you don't remember any of this, and then you go through your life and you're doing your best, and your situation and circumstances and upbringing are what they are, and some point in time you land in your life feeling empty. And you're like, why do I feel so empty? I can't see any reason. I've tried to fill the emptiness. I've tried shopping. I've tried money. I've tried love. I've tried relationships. I've tried addiction. I've tried changing jobs. I've tried getting more, whatever, and nothing seems to fill the void inside. And that's because you cannot fill an inside void with an outside fix. How you resolve an inside void is you fill it with what it really needs, which is the truth. And when you know the truth and you connect with the bigger picture of your life and who you really are and what you're here for, the pieces of the puzzle start to fit together, and it fills that sense of disconnection, separation, uncertainty. What the heck am I meant to be doing to make myself feel fulfilled? Right? That stuff starts to dissipate. So here are some myths about purpose. So wherever you're at, you're feeling an emptiness, chances are there's a connection to some degree to purpose. Myth number 1, there is not just one purpose for you. Purpose is not a singular thing. Instead, it's what I call the daisy chain. So there are many different things that are purposeful and meaningful to you uniquely, from the soul lessons you're here to learn, to your soul contribution purpose, to all the beautiful little things that are meaningful and light your heart in daily life. And they all connect together to create a symphony of purpose and a beautiful inner world for you, where emptiness is a distant memory. But a lot of people think there's just one purpose. So I'm looking for my purpose, and my purpose, it must be a job. That's the second myth. It must be a job. Oh, I'm meant to find the job I'm meant to do. And that's what purpose is. It's my job. Yes, it can be your job. Absolutely. What you do for a job can absolutely be one of the vehicles or the main vehicle through which you find purpose. But it is definitely not the only way to live purpose at all. And the last, third myth about purpose is this, that purpose is service to others. So if I want to live a life that is purposeful and meaningful, and I want to fill the emptiness inside, I'm going to have to go out and be of service to others. That is also not true. It's beautiful if you're doing things in the world and it gives you a sense of fulfillment within, and it also benefits others. But that is not the primary driver, and not all forms of purpose are directly about being in service to other people at all. Ironically, when you are living with purpose and feeling fulfilled inside, actually everyone on the planet benefits, because your energy shifts and you're operating in your soul slipstream, and that energy is a huge contribution to humanity. So you will actually benefit everybody. But some people think I've got to go out and do something very specifically that's about, altruistic, philanthropic, something to help people, and that's purpose. Yes, that is purposeful, but that's not the only way we get purpose. And that's not everybody's path. So when it comes to your purpose, I want you to know this. We have to keep it really simple so that you can feel really connected into what it looks like in your practical daily life. And so many people, their connection to what is meaningful to them has completely disappeared and shrunk because they've spent their life doing what they think they should do, what society told them to do, what other people need from them, and they've put themselves at the back of the queue. And they've lumped on top of that limiting beliefs that say, I've just got to be realistic and I don't have time for that, and that's selfish, and fears about all sorts of things that would hold you back from even exploring what purpose is for you. But when you really start to connect in with what matters to you and what's meaningful, you'll start to look at your life and you'll start to realize that if you feel empty, there are some things missing in the way that you see yourself, that you see your life experience, and the things you're choosing to do with your time. Purpose is not just what you do. It's also who you're being, what you're allowing yourself to experience. And in a really short nutshell, to keep this really simple, your purpose will light your heart. Your purpose will help you to feel whole, feel complete, feel expressed. And if there is not something in your life that feels meaningful and joyous and light and curious and enjoyable to you, then that is the first place to start looking. Now, remember I said earlier that purpose is a very important part of our life, and if we don't have it, we will likely feel empty. Sure, it's not the only reason we might feel an emptiness, but it's one of the big reasons. And also remember that purpose is not just the things you're doing day to day, it's the bigger picture of understanding who you are as a soul. There's soul lessons for you in this lifetime, for your learning, healing, and growth. There are life challenges that you have that are all there to help you learn, heal, and grow as part of your soul plan. And then there's purposeful contribution, the things that you might do and the ways that you are and who you are inherently that are very purposeful when you let yourself be fully self-expressed and do what's really meaningful to you and follow your heart, follow your intuition, and play with life. That is the combination of all those things brings depth and meaning and purpose to your existence. So when you wake up in the morning, you're not waking up going, well, here's just another day of doing stuff I have to do and a job I don't like, feeling like, what is the point of my life? You don't wake up and do that. You wake up and go, I know what matters to me. I know what's meaningful to me. I'm filling my life with as many of those things as possible. I know the purpose of my life from a soul perspective. I know what I'm here to learn, to heal, to grow in, and to contribute. And I see it evident in all the aspects of my life, my past, my present, my future. And I know how to fill my days and design my life so that that meaning is tangible and I can actually do something with it. So if you don't have a connection to that, it's no wonder you'd feel empty. Like when I felt empty, I had a job and stuff to do and people to make a, connection with and loving people and great family and all the stuff. And that's not purpose. That wasn't purpose for me. I was like, what is the point of this? What is the point of my life? Like, what are we doing here? Am I just going to keep doing this and then I get old and then it's like, okay, cool, that was life, I'm done? Like, what is the point here? Where is the juice? Where is the meaning? Why do I feel empty? And actually, it wasn't a job change that changed for me. And I did change jobs, actually, once I had my spiritual awakening and I started to realize what was going on. But the bigger thing that made the difference for me and filled the emptiness was understanding my soul plan and purpose, understanding my soul journey, understanding who I really was and why I was even here in the first place. Like the big questions about life. And from that starts to flow, oh, my life is making sense to me now. Now I understand why I face these challenges and why I've got these habitual, unhelpful patterns. These are part of my soul lessons playing out. Oh, I can see why I've got a yearning for XYZ, goals, dreams, ambitions, because that's my purposeful contribution and soul gifts wanting to play out. Now it's all starting to make sense to me. Like I used to think to myself, well, I should just be happy because, other people would love to have what I have. And I should just be happy because there's no more, anything out there that I can change or get that's going to make this better. So clearly I just need to, get over it. No. Because when I actually walked away from those things and started to really dive into and follow this calling from within for something different, not something better, something different, and more importantly, something soul aligned, then things started to change. And so a lot of people are rationalizing, I should just be happy. And there's nothing more that I can get or do, so that I must just have a mental and emotional problem. No, don't label yourself that way, right? Yes, mental and emotional problems are very, very real. Absolutely. And that goes on for a lot of people. But being disconnected from your purpose is not that. Being disconnected from your purpose and not having a purpose, that is not having a purpose, right? And that is resolvable. That is solvable. And I'm going to tell you a couple of different ways that you can start solving that right now. Number one, go back and listen to earlier podcast episodes. Your soul's plan, the 4 elements, how to identify your soul purpose, 2 exercises. Go to my website, Bernadette Logue, Logue.com, Bernadette Logue, Logue.com, and click on book on the top menu. Get my book, Your Soul Journey Simplified. It took me 10 years of deep diving into spirituality, the human journey, the soul journey, and psychology to figure this out. And it's all in that book in a way that you can get a really clear, immediate understanding that will help you if you're feeling empty. There is literally a section called How I Went from Feeling Empty to Finding Purpose. Okay? So get that book. It'll really help you to move forward. Step number 3, if you're really serious about resolving the feeling of empty and you're like, I want a faster track and I want all the solutions, then come over and join me in the Soul Odyssey program. You can go to Bernadette Logue, Logue.com, and click on program. In Soul Odyssey, with me guiding you, you will reconnect to your soul plan and purpose. You will get aligned to your soul for a life filled with purpose, fulfillment, and magic. There's everything you need there to understand the A to Z 11 stages of your soul journey, who you really are, connecting in with why you're here, and helping you to actually heal, learn, grow, and resolve all the things that are going on within you, mentally, emotionally, energetically, that have you out of alignment and feeling disconnected and feeling empty. And the last way that I can help you, if you want to fast track, is to reach out to me, because I am currently taking on 5 new clients for August for one-on-one private, spiritual, psychological life coaching. I've been doing this for well over a decade, and my zone of genius is getting to the root of issues with people really, really, really quickly. I can help you identify exactly what's going on for you, get you an action plan that will help you to resolve it and move you forward so you can get rid of that feeling empty, fill it with what you really need, and get your life into soul alignment and a greater sense of purpose, which makes all the difference. So if the last option appeals to you, just send me an email or a DM and just type the word purpose. Just write purpose and I will reply to you, and I will send you all the details for one-on-one private coaching with me so you can see if it's resonant and a good fit for you. So remember, you can go to my website, you can grab the book, or you can join the program. And if you want the fast track, you could reach out and grab one of the 5 spaces for one-on-one private coaching with me in August. It has been a pleasure to be sharing this episode with you on a topic that is really close to my heart. I want you to know that whether you're the taxi driver or you are like a version of me back in pre-2010 when I felt this way, or wherever you are in any corner of the globe, in the United States, in Europe, in Canada, in Asia, in Australasia, wherever you are, in Africa, where are you? Where are you on the planet? Special, beautiful, lovely human and soul friend. Wherever you are, if you are feeling empty, you are not broken, you're not missing anything, and nothing is wrong. When you feel empty, it's a really beautiful opportunity to wake up inside the dream of life and to reconnect to who you really are and why you came onto the planet. And I'm here to help you understand that, to help guide you on that journey. It's been an absolute pleasure sharing this with you, and I look forward to being connected more.
Thanks for listening to Practical Spirituality with Bea. I'll talk to you next episode for more spiritual advice for your everyday life, helping you align with your soul so you can live with purpose, fulfillment, and magic.